Breakthrough Media.
Yeah. You don't live in the world you think you do.
Time to redefine the narrative.
Defund the politicians. God over everything.
Hey Siri, what's the definition of post-truth?
Post-truth means relating to or denoting circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief.
Protect illegal immigrants or protect homeless veterans?
Protect illegal immigrants.
Why?
I just feel like the veterans need to fend for themselves, and you know what? We need to save our illegal immigrants. You know what I mean?
But they're illegal immigrants.
Okay. They deserve everything that anyone else does. Especially, they deserve more than any veteran, in my opinion.
This message is for anyone and everyone trying to downplay the severity of what's happening with these encampments on college campuses. The encampment for Gaza/Hamas has found its way to the University of Michigan and other state schools across the country. These flyers are being distributed to students, teaching you how to protest. On the last page, it says this: ultimately, our main task as revolutionaries in the United States remains to be the unmasking of the American empire. We cannot let our emotional attachments to a movement distract from the real mission. What is the real mission? Freedom for Palestine means death to America. Cut to everyone in my comment section saying, nobody's saying that. Hope you're ready for what that means. Death to America. Hope you're ready for the complete evisceration of women's rights and the Queers for Palestine being thrown off buildings. Hope you're ready for your religion to be made illegal. I hope you're ready to be stoned to death for sleeping with multiple people and never having the right to protest again. We will be our own demise.
Try to guess where this video was filmed. This wasn't filmed in the Middle East. It wasn't filmed in a deep blue American city. This was filmed in Dearborn, Michigan. We need to realize as a country that if we don't reserve immigration to people who want to assimilate to our culture, they will necessarily impose theirs on us. Minnesota, which is home to the largest Somali population in the US, just changed their flag from this to this. Look familiar? America is for Americans, and if we want to keep it that way, we need to fight to preserve our culture or continue letting others take it from us. Which America do you want to live in?
I made a post about Sharia law in Texas, and it had 250,000 views in the last 2 weeks. All of a sudden, the sound is missing. And so I'm going to share it again here now with you.
Retired from the Plano Police Department after 26 years of full-time law enforcement service, and I dealt with representatives of EPIC many times when I was the sergeant for the Plano Police Department. There seems to be a general misunderstanding that we're talking about a plan to build an Islamic Sharia-friendly community. The EPIC neighborhood already exists in Plano. It's been there for nearly 12 years, with 74 residential properties, a massive mosque, schools, a medical clinic, and multiple businesses. It also has an office of an Islamic financing institution called the UIF Corporation. The UIF Corporation is not a bank. It's a Michigan-based corporation whose publicly stated purpose is to, quote, engage in financial transactions that are Sharia compliant, end quote. Government officials south of here have known for years that only Muslims can purchase homes inside that neighborhood. You have to be a member of their mosque to live there. The first house built in that neighborhood was built right next to the Plano Police Academy. It's a huge structure with 2 separate front doors. The rear of the property is just a few feet from a large outdoor warning siren. The house has a large second-story platform overlooking the restricted access parking lot where the police department stored specialized vehicles such as bomb trucks, bomb disposal equipment, and the SWAT team's armored vehicle. I am a court-recognized expert in SWAT team tactics and procedures. That house has all the hallmarks of a fortress and a command post. The rear of the house looks a lot like an observation post and a shooting platform. Why would somebody choose to build a house so close to a giant warning siren and a police training site? Why would someone build a huge platform overlooking all those specialized police emergency vehicles? The first owner of that house is a leader in the Epic neighborhood, and he is also the co-founder of the Yaqeen Institute for Islamic Research. And I urge everyone to visit their website and read what it has to say about instituting Sharia law. This is not a matter of radicals hiding in plain sight. They're not hiding. They've been open about their beliefs and their intent. Local government decision makers have failed to ask hard questions for fear of negative publicity and being labeled as bigots.
Did you know Israel becomes a sovereign state May 14th of 1948? And do you know what was the number 2 leading majority Muslim country in the world? You know who? In 1953, called Iran, under the Shah. Look how quickly it went from Iran and Israel actually having a relationship to when 1979, Khomeini takes over. And we hear the chants we've never heard before, screaming, "Death upon America, Magbar America, Magbar Israel." And then next thing you know, Middle East is in shambles.
Remember they called Donald Trump a fascist? They called Hitler a fascist? So Hitler was not a fascist. Hitler was a socialist. It's in the name. Nazi stands for National Socialist. They called him a fascist because they want to paint him as right-wing. And they've decided that fascist is right-wing. But it's not. Fascism is a left-wing ideology. So socialism is communism without the bloody revolution. But the end goal of socialism is always communism. Fascism is not the government owns the property. You still own the property, but the government controls everything that you can do with the property.
Which is effectively the government owning the property.
And we put the Nazis on trial. And the commies sat in judgment over the Nazis. They came out smelling like roses, even though they murdered a lot more people than the Nazis ever did.
Right.
Preaching is just stupidity.
So you're calling me stupid?
Basically.
Okay.
Basically.
Did I call you stupid?
No, but
okay.
You're telling me my religious beliefs are wrong.
And you told me mine are wrong.
I'm not saying
And look at how we can tolerate one another.
I'm not saying Christianity is wrong. I'm
sure
saying
you are.
What you're preaching to people is wrong.
All right.
Christianity is not wrong. We believe in Jesus and we love Jesus.
Like the difference between you and me and our understanding of Jesus.
Okay.
Right? You said you're a good person, correct?
I'm a good person, yes.
Have you kept the laws of Moses?
Yes.
So you have always honored God completely and totally, never wavering.
Yeah, I would like
really?
to believe so.
Okay.
I might have sinned a couple of times, but that doesn't make me a bad person.
Well, what does it make you?
A human, exactly.
A human who sins.
And God
okay, hold on. Did you always ever been angry at somebody because they just annoyed you like me?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, because Jesus said, you've heard it said of old, thou shalt not commit murder. I say, if you ever call your brother a fool, which is basically what you call me because you said my beliefs are stupid, that you are in danger of the judgment. It is murder of the heart. So I don't need to kill somebody to murder them. I need to think about just being really mad at them like you are with me.
But I don't need to worry about what you think.
Okay.
All I need to do is
so you said that you're a good.
God will take care of it.
Okay. So you said you're a good person.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to walk you through one point.
I know what I'm saying.
So you've broken the laws of Moses.
I know what I need to say.
As a Muslim, how do you get your sins forgiven?
By repenting.
What does that mean?
By asking for forgiveness, never doing the same thing again. And if I could make it up for the person, if I hurt someone, then to do that.
And so who pays for your debt against God for breaking his laws?
I pay for my debt.
So you are earning your way to heaven, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's the difference between you and me. Right there. You believe you're earning your way to heaven by doing good, saying the Shahada, maybe by taking a trip to Mecca, the giving of alms. You believe that you are doing good to earn your way to heaven. I believe there is none who does good, no, not one, but Jesus Christ, fully God, fully man. He kept all the laws, was beaten and bruised, hung on a cross to take the wrath of God, fulfilling all righteousness, so that you and I might become the righteousness of God. I believe it is by grace through faith alone in Jesus alone. You believe it's by works. Now, Clearly, we have a completely different worldview and understanding about God and the afterlife. You do not believe that Jesus is God. I do. So here I think are the options. Either you're right, or I'm right, or we're both wrong, but we can't both be right. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Sweet. And look I don't hurt you. I don't try to kill you. I'm not saying nasty things about you.
They're coming after me for violating the Sharia, for violating the blasphemy laws. And they mean to come after everyone that doesn't abide by, voluntarily, the blasphemy laws under Islamic law.
It is one thing to have them attack what you say. It is another thing for them to want to actively attack you. How has your life changed now since this exposure of this, and even before, about what you thought you may face?
Well, clearly I'm under 24-hour guard now, so that's dramatically changed. Anybody that speaks critically of Islam will find themselves in this position, and it's not new. We see this is going on across Europe and even the Middle East and Africa. In Bangladesh, hundreds of thousands of Muslims have marched for the death penalty for bloggers, that they be put to death. It's interesting, in Muslim countries under the Sharia, there is a death penalty for blaspheming Muhammad. In the West, you're not assassinated, but your character is assassinated. You are defamed, libeled, and ridiculed if you dare criticize Islam. That's where we are right now.
Are you going, I know the answer to this question, but explain your answer to this question. Have you thought that, maybe I went too far, this wasn't worth it, I'm going to change how I do what I do now?
Drawing a cartoon, an innocuous cartoon, warrants chopping my head off? That's too far? I just don't understand this. They're going to come for you too, Chris. They're coming for everybody. And the media should be standing with me, particularly in light of Foley. The media should have understood that by kowtowing and submitting to Islamic law, that is what you are doing.
How?
By not running the cartoon, by saying that Pamela Geller goes too far in running a cartoon. It's the First Amendment. What happened to give me liberty or give me death? And, we see the...
But you have the liberty. You can show the cartoon. People have the equal right to criticize your showing the cartoon as an overt provocation of a religion.
An overt provocation. First of all, we see Jesus blasphemed mercilessly on South Park. We see the cross immersed in a jar of urine. We see Mother Mary, immersed in dung. Nobody says anything about that.
That's not true. Those things get criticized as well.
Nobody gets killed. Embassies don't get burned. Villages don't get burned. I am asking you, we all don't like our religion mocked. The Roman Catholics don't, the Christians don't, the Mormons don't, and the Book of Mormon is viciously anti-Christian. Nobody's getting killed.
The message of the cross is foolish to those who are headed for destruction. But we who are being saved know it is the very power of God. As the scriptures say, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and discard the intelligence of the intelligent. So where does this leave the philosophers, the scholars, and the world's brilliant debaters? God has made the wisdom of this world look foolish. Since God in his wisdom saw to it that the world would never know him through human wisdom, he has used our foolish preaching to save those who believe. It is foolish to the Jews who ask for signs from heaven, and it is foolish to the Greeks who seek human wisdom. So when we preach that Christ was crucified, the Jews are offended, and the Gentiles say it's all nonsense. But to those called by God to salvation, both Jews and Gentiles, Christ is the power of God and the wisdom of God. This foolish plan of God is wiser than the wisest of human plans, and God's weakness is stronger than the greatest of human strength. Remember, dear brothers and sisters, that few of you were wise in the world's eyes, or powerful or wealthy when God called you. Instead, God chose things the world considers foolish in order to shame those who think they are wise. And he chose things that are powerless to shame those who are powerful. God chose things despised by the world, things counted as nothing at all, and used them to bring to nothing what the world considers important. As a result, no one can ever boast in the presence of God. God has united you with Christ Jesus. For our benefit, God made him to be wisdom itself. Christ made us right with God. He made us pure and holy, and he freed us from sin. Therefore, as the scriptures say, if you want to boast, boast only about the Lord.
Breakthrough Media.
Breakthrough Media.